versus Team Secret, and we are jumping into game number 2. Listen immediately. Being banned out here, let's see how the red side will answer to that, namely NEXPLAY Esports.
Still, I respect on what Josh G can do in the Lee Sin. Again, there were attempts of steal, and there were actually moments in time when I thought that he's actually gonna get the steal, but that didn't happen again because of the CC. So gotta love that bans, respect bans still coming from the side of Team Secret. They took away the Akali that Arisen has been pulling off so great, not just lately, but all throughout so far in the existence of League of Legends WildRift.
Ooh, Galio and Seraphine being banned by NEXPLAY Esports right here. They don't want encores, no high notes, no more singing songs. Yes, we're so fed up with sing. So Team Secret answers that with the Camille pick, and most likely we are gonna see or in Kaisa. Yeah, or maybe Braum. That worked. Oh, they wanna go with Fiora. That works too.
Yeah, and you picking up a Camille first pick, normally if you show up the Baron lane champion right on the spot earlier on, you know you can get countered. And I'm pretty sure though Azar might be ready for that, but again, we might expect a 5-man comp in here, a 5-man contest objective this time coming from the side of Team Secret. But gotta love the steals of the champions from the side of NEXPLAY, taking out the Fiora for themselves, and Olaf as well, just wanting to stop what they can do. But the question is NEXPLAY Esports ready to actually pull off something similar to that of a Team Secret strategy a while ago?
I want to say yes, just because I want to see more thrill. So yes, I'm not NEXPLAY, I'm not their representative, but that is going to be a yes for me. Looks like they're going to pick up that Gragas as well. Ziggs was open, so looks like they will be picking that up. Let's see how will NEXPLAY Esports answer to that. They still need an ADC, and the Kaisa is open unless Uzi wants to pick. Okay, they want to Kaisa. I was low-key expecting Draven, but that's fine. We don't get everything we want every day.
Yeah, is that something like a quote-unquote who got, I don't know what you call that in English, but yeah, you can help me on that one. But for the meantime, while you think about Yuko, we can see a Ziggs on telly in here. Seems like Team Secret is eyeing for a very objective kind of play, and having that Ziggs as well might be an answer to what the Fiora has been can potentially do, you know, going forward. Sure, a duelist, but at the same time Ziggs is the answer from the side of Team Secret, just going folks, and at the same time you find a 20% HP structure, sure, just go and bomb it away.
Yeah, and actually, if we're gonna remember game number 1, Team Secret has a very, very strong backline, and they had a front line that you can't just easily penetrate, or you cannot easily go through. So looks like they're gonna run that through again, but this time with a Ziggs, so it's all gonna be all about that bombs. And the team looking at NEXPLAY Esports right now, it's yes, they can still go to the back lines of Team Secret. They have they have Fiora. They can just jump all around the map. But I believe that when it comes to long range damage, that's where Secret can shine. Being able to kill your enemy from afar says a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of disengage, by the way, in here from the side. As well, because it seems like they're lacking in terms of engages. So is this NEXPLAY Esports wanting to play on a disengage strategy, the middle even to the poking game, given that they've got 3 AP damage dealers in the form of the Ziggs, Orianna, as well as that Sona. So how about you, Yuko? How do you find the compositions?
Team Secret is all about that poke. Like, not gonna lie, they just really want to be very aggressive in the early game, and apparently that's where they shine. If that's where they're comfortable with, I'm gonna go with that. And the fact that NEXPLAY Esports picked up this Jana, you guys didn't see it, but I had a smile on my face because Jana can disengage just as quickly. You guys saw earlier today, Wukong just jumping in, just twirling around, dishing out so much damage, and he can be a menace in the Rift. So if you have a champion that can push them back, not just Wukong, other champions as well, that is gonna help NEXTPLAY. Also, again, I'm gonna say this: Janna's passive, wherein if you're gonna run towards her or walk towards her, you have a bit of a speed boost. So that is something that NEXTPLAY can utilize.
Yeah, for sure. But now let's say our final votes in here. Now we explained a lot of things, the pros and cons, but if we're just gonna be picking one, just personal favorite in terms of the overall composition that the teams have built out, you have any personal just favorites? Let's just call it favorites, because again, the pros and cons are there.
Okay, so I'm gonna say TEAMSECRET solely because they still stuck to picking up a champion that's new. NEXTPLAY is it's strong. A very good win rate, but it's something that we always see.
Okay, this time, I hope I don't jinx anything, but I'm liking the poke type composition of TEAMSECRET because again, they can CC targets in the form of actually 3 of. If we're gonna be talking about blocking targets, they got the Camille for that. We're gonna be going for AOE CC, man. That's 3 of them. We can do that. The Wukong, the Orianna, as well. Not this, at the same time, again, pokes here and there. I'm afraid that the Olaf might have a hard time just taking it in all of his damages. So I'm going for composition of TEAMSECRET side.
Okay, so for the draft, no execution, just a draft. Looks like it's gonna be a 2-0 in favor of TEAMSECRET, and their unorthodox pick is of course always gonna work. But let's see if NEXTPLAY will still let them win this. Of course, we're gonna wait for the game to load. And guys, I'm sure you like what you see. Do not forget to support the players, their organizations, as well as the casters. Follow us on Twitter. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. I like that wink, wink. Yeah, seeing a lot of stress at the moment. No one's particularly blame just earlier after taking Zona at 14 RPs. Hey, that's Zona. That's not even effective at all. So now the TEAMSECRET is proving you guys wrong. Then it can actually come into play. Well, at least from the previous game, because this time, what NEXPLAY Esports has to do is to try to show us on how to actually stop this kind of composition. And this is what I love about watching, tournaments, because we are not only just supporting our favorite players, favorite teams, but at the same time, actually learn some strategies. If you see this kind of composition, this is something that you can pull off in RGs as 5-man, or maybe if you're just going for a trio, then find out what's working so best in a, maybe 4-1 kind of setup or 3-1 kind of setup as well. So we'll see about that. But yeah, that's the lovely part about watching this kind of events.
Yeah, and to add to that, we have been talking about the meta time and time again, what champion usually gets picked, what are the rotations, but there's magic in actually using a champion you're comfortable with. Like, now that you can play, you can get a pentacle even though you're asleep. Tatsuri's Orianna, what's up? But yeah, sometimes your comfort picks or how comfortable you are with any rotations, that's better than the meta. But of course, don't quote me on that because you might try to use that in the rank game.
But you know what? Other than that, I think going back to the teams themselves, I mean, TEAMSECRET being formed more fresher fresher, by the way. Hey, hello. So, like, they just got formed, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think like 2 months ago or 3 at most. And NEXPLAY Esports getting formed 6 months. This tells us about how the patch notes, the changes has been affecting teams, regardless whether they have been built their teams for the past few months already. Like, for example, NEXPLAY Esports since last year mid last year, right?
Yeah.
Or late last year. So that's what's the exciting part is. And I think this now depends on how fast your team can adapt onto changes. How about you, Yuko? How fast can you adapt onto changes? I'm just curious about that.
2 years, just kidding. Whenever there's a new patch, it usually takes me a week or 1.5 week to be able to get my bearings, and
Uh-huh.
that's me already being a caster. So if you're a player, there's a patch in day one and you have a game in game two, you have to be quick with it, and that's something that I actually respect the players for. Like, they can adjust very very quickly. So we're gonna jump into game number two. What's up, what's good, guys? It is series number 3. Team Secret up on one game. These are the drafts, so let us know which one you're leaning more to. Just G immediately goes back. Okay, that was nice.
Yeah, for sure. No worries though, just placing some or getting some vision and placing some wards here and there. That's totally fine. But for the meantime, no invades will be seen in this kind of composition. I mean, there's no listen that could actually go for early invades or even a Brom, not even present as of then, right? So again, this is where we see. Oh, but hold on, thought. There's some nice pokes going here and there between our mid laners. So yeah, again, there is a transition. Again, we talk about right after we saw that tank meta kind of patch. We still can see utility supports coming into play. So this is also the competitive players trying to prove us and give us something new other than what is being placed by the developers. So that's really interesting. But how about you, Hugo? How do you see this utility supports coming into play most of the time this time? Okay, feels like I missed you, Ko, this time again, being speechless about what has been happening so far. But for the meantime, we see a potential scuttle fight that might happen in here in the bottom half of the map. A really good early position coming from the side of NEXPLAY Esports. But what's worrying as of the moment is that Uzi is actually super low on HP, and this is Team Secret regaining back their position into this Cobbler. Gonna go for the steal. Yuko, what is happening?
Beautiful IK3 rain coming in from, of course, Uze, but looks like Team Secret was still able to clear that one out. Beautiful plays coming in from Team Secret, but looks like, nope, Ariana is not finished. She can dish out so much damage and still game in with that, asserting dominance at Dragon Lane. But looking at the Baron Lane right now, it's just, I don't know, again, these two Baron laners just doing laner things. I'm actually curious if Arizon is still gonna commit to the split push. I'm totally fine if he does, but I guess it's much better for NEXPLAY to go with the full-on 5v5s. He can be in charge of cleanup, after Clash. Of course, Team Secret, they are quite squishy, and Arizon can just have the time of his life.
Yeah, for sure. Time of his life in going for that dual play, maybe just going for the comeback play up against Azar. But for the meantime, I think a visit might happen in here. Onto the top side, no. The Fiora is just so aware of the map, knowing when to just play safe and go for the proper plays. But yeah, you know what feels like into the scuttle fight that just happened a while ago. Again, the disadvantage happened from the side of NEXPLAY Esports again because of the pokes that these 3 champions on the side of Team Secret, James, Sona, Tatsuri, Ziggs, and of course Chui Soriana is just dealing massive amounts of damage even earlier on from up against Josh's Olaf. So it's hard to really try to just sustain all the damage that they have been throwing away.
Definitely. And of course, lot is still gonna happen. That is still just the early game. And man, Team Secret is just playing into their element. But looking at the mid lane right now, you have Trevor just there at the front lines. But I guess they decided to go with the gank. Instead, they said, you know what, we're okay. We just cleared out the minion wave. Let's just chill. Next, or rather, the first objective is gonna be up in 5 seconds. So both teams are getting ready with that.
Yeah, for sure. And now everyone has gone into reset. But the question here, who's gonna come in first? What I worry about is if NEXPLAY Esports try to position themselves earlier on, I think that is something that Team Secret is gonna be looking for. But for the meantime, a potential 2v1 fight that might happen here on top.
Let's see what's gonna happen. Looks like they went all out onto Azar, but of course, Grand Challenge will be popped there as well. But nope, it's not gonna be connected to a kill. However, they can connect that to or commit that with a turret takedown. And Team Secret said, yeah, sure, go get a turret. Maybe our Camus can defend that. And they're just gonna take out the first dragon. Next play is far, far from the dragon pit. So this is a good move coming in from Team Secret. They have so much vision. They had good communication as well. Plus, they can get this dragon lane turret.
Gotta love the decision making still coming up from the side of NEXPLAY ESPORTS. They know they cannot go for an early contest onto the Dragon Pit. But for the meantime, fight happening again. Yuko, what is up?
Let's see what is gonna happen next. Okay, they calm down. I was ready. Come on, guys, you can fight. My play-by-play casting is ready. Let me yell. Anyway, first skill from Jana did not connect. So Team Secret, rather NEXPLAY ESPORTS, they decided to go with the reset, which is good. They do not want to play or do anything too risky. You have Tatsuri at the mid lane as well. Ziggs has very good wave clear, so he can... Look how cute this Ziggs is and how small he is. Yeah, he can just stay wherever he is, whichever lane he chooses. Second objective is going to be up in 20 seconds. Team Secret, I believe they're kind of confident to try and have a skirmish here at the Dragon Lane. Horizon is right there, but disaster is there. Okay, what is going to happen next? I'll give you the first, of course, flash in beautiful Sophie, but look at that Crescendo connecting on to NEXPLAY ESPORTS, but they were able to disengage. Of course, Just Chi. What do you expect? He flashes in. He gets so many bodies. Red team was able to do so much damage, but Olaf says goodbye as well. That's going to be a trade, and of course, they were able to take up Fiora. Land still, excited team fight. Oriana said goodbye, but the sustained damage coming from NEXPLAY ESPORTS is just too much. They won that fight. They got that turret. However, Team Secret got the Rift Herald.
Yes, for sure. And I think feels like they're gonna be missing this turret up top as well. But to take note, they got the Rift Herald that they can still utilize later on. I just want to go back to what has happened a while ago, where in NEXPLAY ESPORTS didn't manage to contest the area. But for the meantime, let's talk about the fight that's happening right now.
NEXPLAY ESPORTS, they want to fight yet again. Alright, so focusing on Trevor, just very, very smart. Trevor flashes out, and here comes Azara trying to save, but no, it is not gonna be enough. Your teammate will die, and that's gonna be another kill coming over to NEXPLAY ESPORTS. Boy, they are mad. They are not happy with what happened in game number 1. They're gonna rotate over to the mid lane. They have minion wave of pushing in. These are two very risky champions. They can take this. See, of course, Yakas jumps in, takes out Sona very, very quickly. What else? What's up? You're gone. And they get one mid lane turret as well. Beautiful and disciplined rotations for NEXPLAY ESPORTS in this game too.
This is the early punish that we've been looking for. Punish the Sona or punish that whatever is giving that sustain for the side of Team Secret. And yes, I have been wanting to explain what happened a while ago in the first dragon, and now we're even close to having the second dragon before I can even explain that. So let's just head straight onto that. Basically, NEXPLAY ESPORTS decided to just give that to Team Secret while they know that they could just go for a punish and help out that Horizon under the top side and getting the first turret. So they know that they should just go for a turret take instead of just getting poked down and trying to go for an attempt into contesting the dragon. So really nice play, and that was actually a good head start for the side of NEXPLAY ESPORTS, because just a while ago, I think a minute ago, we don't see a turret on the side of NEXPLAY ESPORTS getting taken down. The moment that we see them losing turrets already is when the time wherein Tatsuri is actually going for that split push work and just taking advantage of his passive in taking down structures. So that's really nice play coming from both sides, knowing what are their win conditions, what they cannot contest, and what they can contest.
Yeah, staying true to their win conditions indeed. Also, I have to highlight that Just Chi is one level above Trevor or the jungler from Team Secret. But of course, Team Secret are going to try to get as much vision as they can. Camille and Fiora just doing Baron laner things. However, literally everyone else in their team is here at mid lane and where the dragon is. NXP already getting the dragon. Acer will be able to steal this. No, stealing for you, my dear. Okay, that is even a crescendo. Kaya ang next page but will hit up. Shockwave was beautifully stayed, but apparently no one got taken out. Sona does take goodbye. Wukong gets taken out. Camille chases Just G right here, but looks like that is going to be the grand challenge being popped by Horizon. And yes, they were able to take out Camille. Here at the lower part of the map, you can see Ziggs got taken out, and that is going to be a still very much alive Uzi just marching onto the mid lane. Just kidding, no minions. Let's get the buff instead while we wait for the minions and then get the mid lane turret. That is a team ace. You can see the official mobile partner, Oppo Reno 5. Wow, they took out the turret very, very quickly. Even the speed boost from Sona could not stop that.
Still gotta love the respect. Actually, I thought they would try to go for that player and okay, let's try to attempt to get an inhibitor turret. But no, because this is just 10-minute game time. Of course, the death timers aren't that heavy yet. And again, you gotta avoid a potential comeback that TeamSecret might be able to pull off later on once this Sona as well as Chewy's Orianna is able to get the proper itemization to get the power spike that they very much needed into the team fights. But again, loving what they are doing. They are also supporting Horizon into the team fights. But we'll see how this will further go. I love the disengages that NEXPLAY Esports has been doing. And actually, during the draft, we're talking about, okay, there's a lot of disengages in here in the form of the Janna as well as the Gragas. But they're actually not playing that much of a way because we see them just, you mentioned a while ago that Olaf is actually flashing in, even submitting his life just for as long as they're gonna be shutting down the Orianna as well as the Ziggs and the Sona. So that is a really good aggressive play that is actually paying off for NEXPLAY Esports.
I would have to agree. Also, if you're looking at the itemizations right now, Chule actually have a burst type Gragas. I know it's Chule, but I was kind of expecting a bit of a tanky Gragas here just so he could be the front line. But apparently, NEXPLAY just wants to go all out damage, and it's working out for them just as fine. And we are now at the 11-minute mark. Yes, Baron is up, but looks like no one is gonna go there yet. Horizon versus, of course, Azar. These two A's, A versus A, they are just minding their own business. But looking at the other part of the map, which is where the Baron is, both teams looks like they're still trying to get a feel or a vision of where their opponents are. Chule figured out the barrel, but did not take anyone out. They could clear out the minion wave, though. That's something that they can focus on. IK Theorin from Uze, it hurts a lot now. So they have to keep this Kai'Sa in check.
For sure. And again, that is an upgraded Ikathean range, so you gotta be wary of that. And again, he's getting a lot of protection from the Janna heals as well. And of course, the disengage the Gragas can also provide. So here we go. Everyone's just waiting for the moment in time wherein they can actually either contest the Baron or the Dragon Pit that is about to come up. And again, it's an Infernal Drake, and that's in the stage of the game already mid-game. That is going to be giving a lot, especially for the Fiora and the Kai'Sa.
Speaking of Kai'Sa, Uze still gonna hide in that bush. Dragon is gonna be up, but looks like, Just she did target Trevor there. But Trevor, of course, with his clone, will be able to get away and go to, or this pathway to safety next by esports. They really want this Baron, okay? Let me just say that. They have been sticking in this area for a handful of seconds. But wait, look at that. It did connect, but they were not able to trade it to a kill. Yes, Orb is right there. No, apparently Orianna did not use her shockwave. Did they get Baron? No, not yet. Okay. So TeamSecret, they obviously want to go with the Baron steal and NEXPLAY Esports. They just want to get as much vision as they can. Know where the ultimates got taken out, except from, of course, the one from Tatsuri. So NEXPLAY said, It's too difficult. It's too chaotic. Let's try getting this dragon first then. And looks like that's gonna be fastly cleared. Just she good distraction for Jana and I guess here that is Disaster and Chule. But Team Secret, I thought they were gonna go over and take Baron, but I guess they have different plans. They're gonna clear out the minion wave here, and Wukong is just gonna get his buff. Oriana along with Sona just gonna get some gold in to the mid lane.
Yeah, for sure. They have been answering each other here and there. And I like how NEXTPLAY Esports, still giving that respect on to Team Secret. During the time when they were contesting the Baron pit, Tatsuri in the Ziggs didn't have the ultimate available. So if in case they are afraid onto going for a Ziggs steal, that could potentially still not happen. But with the respect that they have, they know that they can get poked out still by the members of Team Secret. They just just went back away from the Baron pit and just started off the Dragon first. But for the meantime, again, Tatsuri doesn't have the ultimate available as of yet. Yuko, what might potentially happen in this particular scene?
NEXTPLAY Esports may be able to get this. I'll give you the Musa being popped by, of course, Jama, and Wukong does jump inside. Of course, that ultimate from Oriana will not be able to convert into much. Oriana flashes it. That's going to give you a beautiful crescendo. But you know what happens after the crescendo? You're dead. To send NEXTPLAY right here. They are chasing out that Wukong, and Wukong cannot do anything about this. And that barrel just exploded onto Tatsuri's face, securing his death, and this is a pretty high death timer, need I tell you. That was a 4-1 in favor of NEXTPLAY Esports, and they were able to get the Baron buff. It is very timely because the minion waves are pouring in. This could possibly be the last clash or maybe the last few minutes of game number 2, unless they want to go back and reset, because the players from Team Secret are going back. Here we go, minion wave pulling in. That's me a 1v1. What is gonna happen next? Also gonna pop that ultimate, but looks like of course Joshi flashes in. Now hurts a lot, but he said, okay, I'm gonna kill, I'm fine, I'm chill with it, and went on his merry way. 2 important ultimates are down. One from Azar and one from Trevor. You still have the crescendo. Of course, the ultimate for Tatsuri and Chewy are still up, so that's something that Team Secret can bank on. But we are at the 16-minute mark, and NEXTPLAY Esports, they were able to take out 8 turrets from Team Secret, while on Team Secret, they only got 3. Looks like a lot of win conditions for NEXTPLAY Esports are being met.
Yeah, for sure. But we still can see the potential coming from Team Secret to go for a comeback play. What NEXTPLAY Esports are still afraid of is that them getting poked out onto objectives. To take note that the Elder Drake is already up and coming. So if NEXTPLAY Esports did manage to secure this objective, then we can even call it a NEXTPLAY game already. But if not, if no steal by Hoverpod,
here in the middle, getting so much damage. Look at that, Camille already popping her ultimate pop there as well. Of course, you have swirling in front of you, but TeamSpeak coming over for Uzi. And while there's a clash right there, here you can see that Horizon is just pressuring. Goodness me, Tatsuri, he was not able to go near his teammate. A shutdown on Kaisa, and you could see Truly chasing down Joshi, but Joshi jumps straight onto his face. You thought I'm afraid of you? No, but he was able to force Chewy to go back, and I guess the Nexus of Team Secret gets to live another day.
This is looking scary. I mean, Trevor's gonna go alive in 20 seconds, while the Dragon is already up and coming in a matter of 5 seconds. So if we're gonna be talking about positioning, it could be NEXTPLAY Esports getting that earlier position into that objective. But the thing in here, again, the comeback play that Team Secret needs to get is to actually go for a steal or a secure onto this Elder Drake objective. This is going to be the name of the game, however, for NEXTPLAY Esports in order to close the game and win it. So let's see if they will actually go for that. Well, getting the scuttler for themselves, of course, will give them a lot of advantage in terms of positioning. The speed boost is there as well.
Oh, speed's coming in from Joshi right here. Here comes Joshi. And Oriana got it. And now just has to be a rampage onto this own luck, but look at his teammates just trailing behind. Wait, that damage is just too much coming in from that Ziggs. Jan Chan being popped there as well. Donna does say goodbye, but that's a lot of damage coming in from Team Secret. They are swirling around. IK turning to pop there as well. Says goodbye, and Wukong says goodbye as well. I thought Team Secret was gonna go with the play, but looks like the play is coming from Tatsui right here. Will you be able to throw out bombs? Explosive Mindful is not available, and looks like that is gonna be the game. We're gonna go with the kill first. Okay, that is gonna be game number 2 in favor of Next Play